Hi guys, I'm holding a very special bass. This is my beloved Carvin 6-string, and it's been injured, as you see. I used this bass for so many years. It's had some modifications. You can see here, it originally came with like jazz pickups in it. Way back in the day, I had some EMGs in there that were that size, and I had Carvin put these big old pickups in here. I was the first one to do this. I asked Carvin, put these pickups in this bass, and they said, really? You want 2 of those in there? Oh yeah, stick 2 of them in there. And oddly enough, a couple months later, in the catalog, it was offered as an option. You saw it here first. This is the bass. This injury here, it hurt at first. Now there's special marks. This is from a Dokken show in Paris. Mick Brown kicked his drums over, and the ride cymbal came smashing down on my bass. I didn't find out till the next day on the airplane. He goes, hey Barry, I kind of chipped your bass last night. These are kind of battle scars. They hurt at first, and then it becomes a special moment. Back here, this is from Yngwie's Strat. As he was flinging it around his neck, the tuning keys came down and smashed into the neck of my guitar. Yeah, these things, they hurt at first, and over the years they become kind of special things to the guitar. So this bass here has been on probably 80%, maybe more than that, of every record I've ever played on. From Yngwie, Malmsteen, Michael Schenker Group, Vinnie Moore, Uli John Roth, Dokken, Scorpions. Many Bees records have been recorded on this bass. It's a great bass. There's been something special about it. This has been my go-to. If I'm going to record something, I just grab this, and I know it's going to sound great in any situation. And it's never let me down. I was adjusting the neck, and I noticed that it was getting real tight. And eventually, I knew there was a problem. Eventually, the nut snapped off. If you can see that. That hurt. This one hurt. I didn't know what I was going to do. I've called Carvin before about this, and they've told me it's too much work. It's not worth it. You might as well just toss it in the garbage. I can't toss this in the garbage. It's too special to me. But I do have one solution. I need to take off that piece of ebony. It's not going to be easy, but let's go. Okay, so I'm ready for major surgery in here. I got all the frets off. Now in this case, it didn't matter how clean they came out. It doesn't matter. All this is coming off. So I want to set the router base really low so it doesn't cut much off, because it's really thin. You got about a 1/4 inch there. So I don't want that blade to hit that purple wood there. So it's a little tricky because this has an arch to it. So what I want to do is start very low and get down as low as I can without risk of hitting that maple. So I want to make a test and see how deep we're cutting. Okay. Alright, so I can go a little more than that, I think. Alright, let's make another test here. Let's try it again. I'm just going to go a hair more because I don't want to mess it up either. Alright, so I think I'm down to where I want to be. I want to leave just a hair of that ebony so I can belt sand it and be very careful with the rest of it. Alright, so now I'm ready to try to route this off. It's important that you keep your base flat and straight on there. It has a radius a little bit, but you got to ride that really good, because if you go too much like that, you're gonna dig in. Okay, that's pretty risky right there, but I had to be careful because where the nut sits, there's some real fragile wood there. So now that I've got that, now I can kind of move ahead here. Okay, so it's coming along. It's pretty messy. I got kind of close there. You can see one of the support rods there. It's okay. I barely touched that. It's gonna be fine. So now it's just keep on eating away until you get all of that off. As you see, it's a pretty messy production here, but it's coming out pretty good. This area here, it seems to be touching a little bit, but it's so slight. It's so slight, it's not gonna be a problem. I'm coming along, it's looking good. That's what I want to see. And when I get all that done, I'm gonna belt sand it nice and flat. Alright, you can see I'm running out of room. So I'm running out of room for my base to sit on. So I got to be very careful and take that down to where my belt sander can kind of get in there. Alright, fun stuff. Ouch. So my router bit was hitting that metal piece right there a little bit. Seems like it's okay. That'll eat up a bit real quick. I think that's about as close as I can get it. But that's okay, because my belt sander is going to ride right on top of that. Okay, now I have my belt sander. This thing's been around a little bit, hasn't it? Okay, so now I got a pretty rough belt on the bottom of it. I just want to eat up all that rest of that black stuff and make it real nice and flat, and then we'll get that truss rod out of there. Now you might notice I'm going against the grain. It's a little easier to kind of get a nice flat and to see what's going on like this. Plus I just want to eat it up. I'm not trying to make something look nice. It doesn't matter if it's scratched. I want to get that black off there. Alright, as you see, I'm getting down to the maple. That's looking really good. I want to get the rest of that ebony off there. Keep it as flat as I can. And then I'll be able to get that truss rod out, replace it, and put a new fingerboard on. It's going to be great. Okay guys, so I got all the ebony off, and it's feeling real nice and flat. I'm down to the maple. You can see the support rods they put in there for strength. Now the next tricky part is I gotta route that out, this canal here, to get the truss rod out. We'll pull that out, and that's for the next video. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. See you next time.